Hello and welcome to Footy Judgmo. Of course, you're coming here to hear the agenda about Kai Havertz and Odegaard and all the shit and Darwin Nunez. But we're not here for that today. We're here to talk about Kevin De Bruyne is back. And people hide. That's what everybody's telling me. That everyone should hide because Kevin De Bruyne is back. Kai Havertz winning Player of the Month. Is that a pity or does he really deserve to win Player of the Month? Is Arteta a genius for using him the right way, or is he shoehorning him? And also, I've seen yesterday a lot of people asking to sell Darwin Nunez and go for Ivan Toney in January. Can Liverpool steal Ivan Toney? It's actually real that a lot of Liverpool fans want to sell Nunez. And also, we're also forgetting that Spurs, just if I'm not mistaken, 2 points behind Man City or 1 point behind Man City under the radar. And I have had Spurs fans on my stream yesterday asking me to acknowledge Spurs again for that title race. Let's see what Percy say about this. I swear to God, I've had people yesterday on the stream asking me to acknowledge Spurs for a title race, as they are 6 points behind Arsenal. And I'm like, here we go again. But listen, I'm here with the brilliant Jerry James, the amazing Perchi, and the one and only Saad from the Football Corner, of course. Guys, how are you feeling? How's everybody feeling today?
Hilarious. That
Why is
was
hilarious, bro?
man.
Why?
That was hilarious.
Why?
Listen, I'm trying
to be honest.
Listen, I can go with the whole if people want to put Tottenham in the title race, fine, yeah. But
it's not me though.
No, I know it's not you. I know it's probably not even Perchy. It's not. But
no, Push is never gonna do that.
When
he's anti-Spurs,
some
you
fans,
know that. You're muted, but he's anti. People
you're muted. He's trying to back himself. He's muted. But you're still muted.
I don't think Percy knows we're talking about him.
I don't think Percy wants to talk. He's muted. He just wanna.
Sorry, apologies.
There we go.
I forgot. I did apologise there. I was chatting away, no one responded. But look, what we'll say about Spurs in a title race? No. I think let's be fair with it all. I think we've been here. We realise what happened last time. What I would say though, this is what I will say to sort of Spurs fans. Don't go on about it. Let it happen. Just quietly let it go and happen. Be the team that no one expects. And look,
you believe it inside you, but you don't want to say it.
No,
I don't what I'm hearing, guys. Are you guys hearing the same?
I don't believe it.
Let it happen. Let it happen, but don't talk about it.
No.
We all know it.
What I'm saying is because the thing is, do you know what it is at the moment with Tottenham? And I think Spurs fans need to remember this at the moment. I said at the start of the season, you guys may or may not know my opinions at the start. I said at the start, no expectation. This season's about building this football team and building under the stewardship of Ange Postecoglou and getting us into it. Yeah, I think at the moment this season's proven that the Premier League's not a great league. The fact is you look at how many teams are just dropping points. Man City are dropping points week in, week out at the moment. I think they're at a point of one winning 6 or something stupid. I just think at the moment now, I think we just got to ride the wave. Listen, we saw what happened after a few defeats. Didn't win in 5 and went and got 1 point in 5 at 1 point out of 15. And it went from here to boom. We won a couple of games. Great result against Newcastle. I thought it was one of our best performances of the season. Forest on the weekend, we weren't great, but we got the win. I thought Forest were really, really poor in context. But for me at the moment, just enjoy it, right? Enjoy it. We're playing brilliant football. It's what we want at the moment. Can we win a league? I would say no at the moment because we're in December. We haven't played everyone once yet. I think that's the key bit. I think when we get to the stage when you played everyone once, which is in about 3 games' time, and then you can go and assess it from there, right? I think Liverpool are going to go another step on. Arsenal will keep improving. Man City are going to improve whether we like it or not. Aston Villa at the moment haven't tailed off, which everyone thought they would after 10 or 15 games. They're still right up there. So they're at the moment there's still, as at the moment, there's still 4 teams better than us. So whether we like it or not, there's 4 teams that are better than us on points. I mean, it's all judged on points, right? On how good people are. Arsenal, Villa, Liverpool, and Man City are better than us at the moment. But what I will say on this, just let's see how January goes. I know how this football club operates. We've been here before. We get excited. I've seen us top in December before, and then we finished nowhere. So, take it easy, enjoy the ride, and Ange Postecoglou needs 3 signings in January, and then we can have that conversation. You go and spend good money in January, and then you go, okay, I'm excited now. Don't do that, then I think we'll be there or thereabouts.
Here's my problem with Spurs, and let's get Spurs out of the way, is that Bissouma, with the red card, isn't going to play until February, until he comes back from AFCON.
Yeah.
I actually think that was very idiotic. If Declan Rice does this, people will say, you're unavailable. The same we talk about Thomas Partey being injured, but injured, at least it's not your fault. Getting a red card when your team needs you, when there is no Madison, when there's no Van de Ven, when you are the first wall in front of the defense, is idiotic. I don't care how good Bissouma is. I said Bissouma is better than Rice technically on the ball, blah, blah, blah. But at the end, you can be better than someone when you're not available. It's not on merit. It's not like we're watching you and you are better than this and that. In my opinion, what Bissouma did is absolutely idiotic. I don't care how good he is. I said he's a very good player. I enjoy watching Bissouma. But he's one of the main guys in the midfield, and he just got a red card. Not great from Bissouma. 4 games. Now you're not going to come back until February, until after AFCON, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's if obviously Mali get to the final. But I in the context of your
he's going to miss 4 games, Pirchi.
He's going to miss at least 4, but
including Man United. Am I bugging?
It's going to. You're right. It could end up being about 6 or 7, but it probably will end up being about 5. But including AFCON, that is, of course.
So but you're going to play Brighton away. You're going to play Manchester United away without Bissouma. That's so.
No, listen. I think the thing is here from Mo. I think you're right, by the way. But I think there's a big problem though with Tottenham discipline anyway. I said it and people didn't like it when I said it. You can't say it. But I genuinely, we're bottom of the Fair Play Award, Fair Play League table by a considerable amount. We are bottom with 62 points, which the team above us have got, I think it's 48, which kind of sets the tone of it all. We're getting far too many yellow cards, far too many suspensions. By the way, the one on a doggy, never a booking. How is that a yellow card, by the way?
Yeah, but it happens. I'm not going to dwell on it.
But just to sort of go full circle on it, the other 4 that he got for him now to get suspended against against Everton was like, whoa, like we get so many yellow cards. And I don't know what the answer is, because some people have given me, well, is that just on the way that we're playing at the moment? Is it because we're playing like this sort of high tempo, high energy football that we're making these mistakes? Or is there a sense of the manager needs to take a hold of these players and go, guys, I can't afford you at the moment. Whilst we've got the likes of Van de Ven, Bentancur, Maddison, Solomon, Perisic, the list goes on with injuries, right? I mean, I could read out even more. But does he need to take him aside going, guys, at the moment, I need you not to get bookings and suspensions because you're adding to my problems. I need the likes of Udogie at left back, Bissouma in midfield. Romero and Sarr get a booking against Everton and they miss the Brighton game. That means that you're going to have 3 suspended for that game. Like, for me at the moment, I'm in the position of we need these players at the moment, because otherwise we're, as I said, a suspension away from Eric Dyer or Emerson Royale going in at centre-half. Emerson Royal going at left back, a midfield where Højbjerg and Skip could go into midfield. These players aren't good enough at the moment to play at the level and the quality of football that we are aiming to achieve.
Yeah,
and I think this is where it gets mistranslated. People think, "Oh, you're just having a go." Well, no, I think I'm being real when I say it. I don't want to see the likes of, as you said, Basuma, Doggy, Romero, Sarr getting suspended because it's causing us problems down the line, especially in this busy period.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, I enjoy watching Spurs. I enjoy watching Spurs play. I enjoy Ange Postecoglou. He's a good manager. Gets the players playing very well. The problem is at the end, your squad is too thin. And that's about it, to be honest. That's about it. I think for Spurs, you'll have to wait and see. This is it. You'll have to wait and see. Listen, I want to go to Arsenal for now. And I want to get Jerry's opinion about Arsenal. A couple of things about Arsenal. This Arsenal team at the moment is playing effective football. Same as Liverpool before the United game. Very effective football. But also at the same time, it's coming together. And credit to Arteta for getting everything together. He doesn't have a left 8. He's playing Kai Havertz as a second striker. Of course, he is supporting Gabriel Jesus. Odegaard now supporting Declan Rice. Declan Rice is playing out of his skin. He surprised me. To be honest, I didn't expect that level from Declan Rice, but he's proven that he belongs there. And I'm going to raise my hand and say, Declan Rice, you proved me wrong. You absolutely are playing out of you, like, amazing. He's the most consistent midfielder in the league. And it's a surprise for me, but it's also, we need to give credit to Mikel Arteta and how is he utilizing the players. The likes of Declan Rice, he played as an 8, and now look at him as a 6. Kai Havertz, second striker. The question to you is that, is this Arsenal team, can they improve on this? Can they improve? Or do they need to improve? Or do you think that's good enough for them to go all the way to win the league?
I mean, we've spoken about it before. The league right now with City, Liverpool and Arsenal, you can all see chinks in their armour. It isn't a title race of last season, 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, where you need to be near enough perfect in order to win the league. City aren't as potent as they are. Liverpool aren't the Liverpool of old. And I think Arsenal have dropped off a tad. However, they've got the experience and the cohesion of a team that have already challenged last season, and they're not in a redevelopment cycle like City are. Can they get better? Do they need to get better? I think they do. I think we're going to talk about it, and I think a return of a certain individual may just be that trigger to galvanize that team. And there's only one team in the league that have consistently gone on 10, 13, 14, 15 game winning runs. So it's good that Arsenal are picking up points. And as long as they pick up points, it's very difficult to criticize them and everything works. The problem we have, though, is from an Arsenal perspective, is if their performances start to not match the results and the results don't come, then they're in a sticky situation. So, look, you've got to praise Arsenal. I agree. Havertz is obviously getting goals, and at this moment in time is being quite really productive. Rice is playing out of his skin. I think there's still a level that Arsenal can get to, just as a core unit. And then, of course, they've got the January transfer window. Do they need to go and improve in the final third with a striker? In my opinion, they do. If they want to make a strong push for that title challenge, I think they need a number 9, because if Saka and Martinelli aren't scoring, I know they get goals from everywhere in the team, but you hope, your midfielders maybe get, 1 in 3 goals. Do you know what I mean? One goal every 3 games or so. Your strikers are your bread and butter, and they need their forwards to start clicking. So
Gabriel Jesus just scored.
No, he did. But is he someone that you rely on to score every single week? He just scored recently. No, but I think they do. I've never seen a title-winning team that hasn't had a striker getting consistent amount of goals. And Saka and Martinelli aren't. Huh? Manchester City. Yeah, sorry, Manchester City are the only team.
Liverpool.
No, Liverpool has Salah, and Salah's an inside forward. They need a forward.
Exactly. So you have
Martinelli has to score more.
So guys, you have to treat Martinelli, Saka, and Odegaard as these people. So because last year, each one of them got double-digit goal. which is Salah, Mane. For Man City, it was Sterling, it was Lorenzani before. My point is, Gabriel Jesus is a very, very big piece in terms of like involving Saka, Martinelli, and everybody. You need a striker, you need another option, but you cannot tell me that right away you get a striker and he's gonna like get all the goals. What about the guys around him? What about Saka and Martinelli? In my opinion, Gabriel Jesus is very important.
But that's, of course, that's why I caveat it by saying right now I think Arsenal can still click up a gear. I'm saying if they want to kind of solidify their title challenge, getting a striker for me is imperative.
As a starter.
No. It doesn't matter. As someone to challenge, as someone to become a starter. Yes, it does. No, it's not. Of course, they're not going to go and get someone just to. There's no point in getting another Eddie Nketiah to back up Jesus. You need to get a striker that's going to challenge Gabriel Jesus for that number one spot.
Jerry, would you not say a left 8 is more? Because I'm under the belief, I know Mo is also under that belief. I think a left 8 is so important. For us to bring, more important than bringing in a striker. Obviously, I know we still need to bring in a striker, but I think a left 8, we need to bring in a left 8 just to be able to handle the defensive duties on that left side, as well as driving the ball forward. Do you know what I mean?
It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because when you look at Arsenal last season with Xhaka's always looked at as this deep line midfielder or this number 8, right? But if you look at his average position, a lot of the time, he was a left 8, but he was really high. He played very, very high. Very high.
No.
And we can go and get the heat maps. We can go and get the heat maps and look at it. He played very, very high and almost played this. He had a much more attacking role than he did in previous seasons. I think the reason why, and when I look at it, whether I agree, I don't necessarily agree with that signing, but looking at Havertz, they said, "Oh, okay, why not have a more offensive player in that situation? And can we go and defend more as a unit? Having a Declan Rice in there, in an ideal world with a Partey, would have probably made sense because then you've got a more attacking midfielder alongside, of course, an Odegaard, and it kind of, I don't know, it balances itself out. All I'm saying for me is, I think even with the team you've got, I think there's still another level for Arsenal to go. I don't think they've hit their ceiling yet from what I've seen. So
I agree.
Jerry, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
You had a long pause. You're like,
no. I wasn't saying anything.
It's like, that's the level you need to hit. And I'm
no. Go. I stopped. I stopped. Yeah.
No. Sad. Kai Havertz though. So I've been labeled yesterday an idiot on the football terrace. I've been called a person with an agenda here on Kai Havertz. But the first thing you said, so it won't come out of my mouth, that you need a left 8.
Yes.
But when I say it, and when people say that Kai Havertz is scoring a goal, but you still need an out-and-out midfielder, an 8, anyone that is not an Arsenal fan, yes, Arteta's using him very well, because you have an agenda. So can you explain to us, and can you explain to the people, why do you think you need a left 8? So people understand it.
Well, listen, right now, Kai Havertz is somewhat covering the left 8 role. Yes, he's playing, like you said, as a second striker. He's getting the goals. He's getting in attacking positions. But with the left 8, you need a left 8 that can... I use Xhaka, for instance, yeah? Xhaka from last season. Although his heat map would show him in attacking positions, Xhaka, when not solely handed that responsibility to be doing defensively or doing the defensive work mainly, he oftentimes in games saved us when there was a quick counter attack and maybe most of our players were high up in the pitch. He'd come back and he'd be able to put in a challenge. There was a challenge last season. I forgot what game it was in. I think it might have been a Wolves game at home or something like that, where he made literally a last-ditch slide tackle to save us from a counter attack. But when Xhaka was not solely given these responsibilities as a defensive or the defensive responsibilities, he was able to it was Newcastle away. Thank you, Josh. So yeah, when he's not given these defensive responsibilities, he thrives, because then he could do the attacking responsibilities which he'd been given, But defensively, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to keep on coming back and holding. He only does it when he's needed. I need somebody who's more comfortable in that position. For me, Kai Havertz thrives in the attack, but defensively, I don't think he's up to scratch. So if I can get somebody in there that's obviously we're talking about Nicola Barella, De Jong, Goretzka.
Can you stop mentioning Inter player? Can you stop mentioning Inter?
Look at this guy, bro. Every time,
Shameless.
bro. Every time he starts getting all scared, bro. Like as if we can take his player, bro.
You have all the money in the world.
It's fine. Yeah. If I come knocking, don't start shaking your boots. All right, I'm gonna be. Of
course,
there,
because you have money. Of
I'll
course, you have money.
But Sad, would you not argue? Obviously, I'm not an Arsenal fan.
Yeah,
would it not be a bit more, I don't know, wise to potentially go and get a 6 and push Rice further forwards? Because there's obviously the talk about there's talks obviously surrounding Partey, and in my head, if Partey was available, if Arteta looks at Partey as still a kind of a player that he wants to keep around, and that those rumours are false about wanting to get rid of him in January, then you have Partey in the 6, Rice on that left hand side with Odegaard in that team. Straight away now, you don't necessarily need another 8 to go and come in. So if Partey's not available, would the 6 not be a better shout?
That's what they're going for at the moment. They're going for it looks like they're going for a 6 from the players that they're targeting.
But I think just to sort of go full circle on it, boys. Like I think I'm with Jerry for the sort of initial point. Arsenal need a goal scorer. Who's their top goal scorer in the Premier League right now?
I think it's joint between Saka and Nketiah.
Doesn't that say it all? Do you know how many goals they've both scored? Do you know? Well, hang on. Do you know how many goals they both scored?
He's got 5. They
both scored 5. But this is my point, right? Arsenal. This is my point.
Jerry is doing that because
Jerry. I'll tell you. I'll tell you more incredible. Jerry, I'll tell you a bigger stat. Who scored more goals in the Premier League this season? Richarlison, Jesus.
Okay, so
no, hang on.
Mo's actually doing the research to check. You can't believe it.
No, hang on. There's a reason for this, by the way, because I think Jesus is a better football player. I'll stand by it. My point being is what Gabriel Jesus is in. Doesn't score many goals. Not a goal scorer. I think what in the point what Jerry made, I think no one's discrediting Gabriel Jesus. I think he's a very good player. But you need to go and get your 20 goal a season striker now, because that's the difference between finishing the Champions League and winning the league. I think whereas you look at teams that go and win the league, Haaland, he gets 30 goals a season. He'll probably go and get 25 a season and again this season, and it could be the difference maker. I think if Arsenal are serious about winning the title this season, by the way, there's no skin on my back. I don't support Arsenal. I won't support Arsenal. But if they want to, they have to go, do you know what? We're going to go and spend 80 to 100 million pounds and buy that number 9 that wins us the league. Doesn't matter who it is. It really doesn't matter who it is, as long as it's the right guy for it. If they want to be brave and go for like an Osimhen, I'm not saying he's the answer. I'm not saying he's exactly the answer, but that big time now. Arsenal at that level, there's no point going in and buying a Dominic Solanke, who I think is a good player, but he doesn't get you your 30 goals a season.
He's the same.
You need to go out and pay big money for a big striker if you have any ambition of winning the league. If you don't, I think Arsenal will slowly get left behind. I think they're a good team. I think, as you know, I say it on here all the time, I think they'll be in that 3 with Man City and Liverpool to challenge for the title by the end of March, April, May, when the title race begins. Title race doesn't begin in December, but that for me is a difference maker. Because one thing in football, there's a reason why goal scorers and top goal scorers go for loads of money, because they're the ones that win your games of football. That's why whenever everyone talks about them, yeah, go on.
Can I just say one thing? Yeah, listen.
Can I ask something?
Last season,
can I ask something? The people in the chat, there is over 200 people here. Can we get the likes up a little bit to 100? You guys, we're not even on 100 likes. The like button is the only way we'll get more people to watch. And the only way this video is going to be shown, share this video on your social, but hit that like button. Come on, over
guys.
200 people, hit that like button. It's easy. It doesn't cost you a penny, but it helps the channel. Come on,
pay
people.
your rent.
Come on,
Exactly.
Pay your rent. Come on, guys.
Sad.
Go, mate.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say is, last season we had no problem scoring goals. We had a record-breaking season in scoring goals. So this season we're coming in with the exact same players, and we've even added players that are still scoring goals as well. Declan Rice has scored goals for us from the midfield. Same with Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz at the moment is hot in form. He is in form at the moment. So the fact that we've got goals with Arsenal, they get goals from everywhere. Yeah, last season we had literally our full starting 11, apart from the goalkeeper, obviously, all had goals. They all had at least one goal. We get goals from all over the pitch. So I don't think goals was necessarily our problem. I don't think goals will be our problem this season. Maybe getting a striker will make it easier for us to win the league, but I don't think our goals are our sole problem. Our sole problem last year was the midfield depth and was the defensive depth. This season, we've managed to sort that out. We've managed to. Our defense right now is the best in the league.
Yeah, defensively, I think you guys just tip top on that sense.
Midfield, we've got Thomas Partey coming back. He's trying to make the Anfield game. So hopefully, if he is available for that Anfield game, that's going to completely change everything. But apparently he's trying to make it back for the Anfield game. So we've got the midfield there. I think at the moment they've improved right in the last summer. Now, in regards to getting a striker, yes, I'd love an Ivan Toney. I'd love it. But we still need to just get that left 8. That's like probably the most important position for me. Like I said, then that would give us, because the thing is, if we get, let's say we get a left 8, and then we push Kai Havertz out as a striker, maybe as like a false 9, something like that, and use him there. I feel like he can be utilized in that position. Anytime I've seen him in that false 9 role, Kai Havertz has looked spectacular. I think we've seen it maybe twice, probably 3 times this season. Every time I've seen him, he looks spectacular in that role. He's linking up play. He's passing the ball around. He's able to get shots on goal. He finds himself in good space. So why can't we move him up? Mo, can you please stop doing that look? I swear, every time I talk about Havertz and I talk nicely, people start looking sideways, like as if I had this agenda against Havertz. I never had an agenda against Havertz from the start.
You don't need an agenda against Havertz. Havertz is scoring a goal. He's playing a second striker. He is involved in the game. However, in my opinion, Arsenal can be way more complete with a left 8. Can that be Declan Rice?
Yes.
I believe that Declan Rice is, without a doubt, is the best 6 in the league at the moment. At the moment, is the best 6 in the league.
Oh, no, he's not better than Rodri. Not having that. He's not better than Rodri.
On form, he is.
Hold on, Pirshi. I don't like this. Okay, we call it as it is. In my opinion,
yeah. So
I'm not saying. Yeah, no. But hold on. Well, I'm not saying that Declan Rice has a better career than Rodri, has a better ceiling than Rodri, is a better player overall than Rodri. But we have almost hit the halfway through the season for 17 games.
Yeah.
On these 17 games, who had higher rating? Who played better in the 17 games? Is it Rodri or is it Declan Rice?
No,
it's a simple question. It's a simple question.
Yeah, but if you're comparing it on that, yeah, we're comparing it to the games this season, right?
That's it.
Okay, fine.
To be honest, that's it. I'm not saying if I have ask any Arsenal fan. Okay, I'm not gonna talk for Arsenal fans, all right? But I'm gonna say ask most general football fans in the world, if you're choosing a national team tomorrow, and imagine if you can choose only 1 6, and you'll have Rodri or you have Declan Rice, majority of the people will say Rodri because they have seen it over years, since 2019. Right? Does that make sense? He has scored in the Champions League final. But at the moment, we cannot just sit here and keep saying Rodri is better forever. 17 games are gone by, and Declan Rice probably the most consistent player in the league. When is he going to get his flowers? The guy has been great for Arsenal. He plays Kai Havertz, a second striker, and he plays an attacking midfielder next to him and he doesn't look phased. He's all right.
No, listen. I get it.
I'm gonna give him his flowers. I'm sorry. Like,
we can give flowers to whoever we want. Make sure you're giving flowers to everyone. And but listen, like in the context of it though, it's all well and good saying it now. Let's see what happens at the end of the season, right?
okay,
Because
we will see.
if we're talking about form, yeah, form is great. Form is great. We all love a bit of form, but at the end of the day, by the way, this is not me having to go Declan Rice. I think Declan Rice is an incredible football player. But we do this. It's all about the here now-isms and stuff.
No, but that's not a here now. Can I interject for one sentence? That's not an here now. This is not 5 games. We're almost halfway through a season, including Champions League, where they're top of the group. So that's a big chunk. It's not like a small sample. That's half a season.
Yeah,
we assess like John Stones last year played 23 games, people, and we assessed him based on that. So why can't we have the same for Declan Rice? Half a season is a big chunk of a sample.
And even half the season in, they were saying, yeah, this guy's top 3 centre backs in the world.
So why not Declan Rice? If it was 4 or 5 games, I would tell you, yeah, it's a smaller sample. But it has been half a season.
No,
we are still hesitant about giving Declan Rice credit.
No, whoa. I've given Declan Rice a lot of credit. Hang on a minute. I think Declan Rice is an absolutely incredible football player. Of course I do. You'd be crazy not to.
All right.
You have to question people's football knowledge if you're questioning Declan Rice.
No, but give him the deserved credit, Perchi. Is he better than Rodri this season? Is he better than Rodri this season?
This season, but my question was, who's the better number 6? If you were to pick right now, who's
Declan Rice? If I'm choosing this season, it's Declan Rice.
No, you're not. You're picking Rodri. He's a better football player.
Based on current form and based on current performances this season, I think Rice has had the better season than Rodri.
Yeah. Seasons don't get decided after 17 games, though.
The only thing that Rodri has is that he's done it for a longer span of time. He's been there for them in Champions Leagues and all of this and Premier Leagues. Do you know what I mean? But Rice at the moment is literally playing at a world-class level.
Yeah, right now.
I'm going to ask you, the question is simple, Perchi. The question is simple, Perchi. You have Rodri goes to Arsenal tomorrow, and you have 1-6 to play, and you'll have to choose one. I'm going to ask Jerry about this. You have 1-6 to play. You are looking at the season. You are looking at this form. You are looking at 17 games, right? You have one player to start as a 6, and don't give me a play both. Who would you start tomorrow? And I'm being honest. I'm really being honest. We have played half a season. Rodri goes to Arsenal tomorrow. You only can play one player tomorrow. Who would you choose? And give me the reasons, by the way.
Yeah, I'm with Perchy. I just think Rodri's ability to dictate the game and control the pace of the game is a higher level than Rice, albeit Rice is playing better. So if you ask me who gets into a team of the season right now, I don't think Rodri gets in. But when I'm picking a player, I'm not picking him based on the here and now. I'm picking it on terms of what qualities do I like in a number 6. And now you're obviously looking at fine margins and it's just opinion. So I rate Rice highly. I'm in the same boat as you. I didn't think he'd do as well as he has done. So I've got to put my hands up as well. I think he's done really, really well. But Rodri is just, for me, he's on a different level in terms of what he provides in that 6 role, and that's just my opinion on that. But
all right,
like I said, Rice is doing really well. Look, this might change at the end of this season. Do you know what I mean? It might change at the end of this season. Yeah. Maybe he's going to show something different. But at this
more
point
than
in time,
this, if he shows, if Declan Rice shows more than this, all right, like.
No, Mo. Do you know what the scary thing is?
Yeah.
I don't even think Rice is at levels yet to what he can achieve. I think he's got so many more levels to go up. I think this guy could be.
And I think in general, Arsenal are operating at at the best level or the level they were last season, in my opinion. And I think they've still got a couple of gears to go. If Rice can marry these performances and kind of quantify that with Arsenal then playing at a better level, then I'm looking at it thinking, oh, okay, Rice is actually exceeding what I thought Rice could go and do. But I've seen what Rodri can do. I can't just...
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not here sitting comparing a Champions League winner, a treble winner that actually was one of the most important pieces in a treble winning team, to Declan Rice, who just came to play for a bigger team. I'm not saying that. I'm just, for me, always, coaches pick based on form, by the way. Coaches pick based on who is doing what now and based on a bigger sample. We're not talking about one game. But I want to move on from this comparison because people get agitated when I compare players, because people think I have agenda against this or that. But anyway, maybe I have an agenda and don't know about it. Maybe I do, to be honest. But
he actually has an Arsenal shirt underneath it.
Well, I have. Oh my God! Yesterday,
a lot of people do.
Yesterday on the football terrace, honestly, I praised Arteta and I said, now Declan Rice is doing that. Arsenal's defense. I think Arsenal can go and get a result in Liverpool. And I said all of this, right? And then I said, but I still think that Arsenal fans are rating Havertz higher than what he actually doing. He is doing a good job. And in the chat, watching the chat, you're an idiot. Mo doesn't know football. Football knowledge is shit. I'm like, I just praised your team, right? You were all right with that. You're like, Mo, you're honest. You're objective. Well, once you start saying one thing that people don't like, they say you have an agenda. That's it. Because people don't understand that sometimes you just have a different opinion than you. Anyway, Arsenal at the end, in my opinion, are in the pole position, in the driving seat. I'm going to say it here. If they go to Liverpool and get a result, they are favorites for the title.
Yes,
now they are favorites for the title. At the moment, they are in the driving seat, right? Because the way they played against Brighton, the way they made Brighton look average, not a lot of team can make Brighton look that average. That average for a whole, in my opinion.
We're the first team they haven't scored against. They scored against in the last 30 games, I think it was, or last 28 games that they've played. They've scored against every team.
I agree.
So we're saying Arsenal favourites if they beat Liverpool.
If they beat 100%, we have to.
They beat Liverpool.
Yeah,
you know what?
We have to.
Hope it happens actually, because it'll be.
I have this feeling.
It'll be even sweeter when they throw it away. Because I want everyone to say they're favourites because they have to win it. Then, if you're favourites, you have to.
No. If you're favourite, by the way,
if you're the favourites, you have to go and win it. The fun of it all when it all melts.
Because Percy speaks objectively, I sometimes forget that he's a Spurs fan. I sometimes forget that at the end, he wants Arsenal to fail because he's a Spurs fan.
It's even better when they think that they are they're favourites. It's even more fun because it falls apart. It takes 3 games, Mo. Remember, 3 games, and they'll throw it away.
That's why context. Like, we can say Man City are favourites all the time, and Rodri can get injured, or Kevin De Bruyne can come back not great, or they can go not buy players in January. There are a lot of contexts. But in my opinion, if Arsenal keep everybody fit, if they win or get a result against Liverpool, I think the pressure is on them now to win the league. And no one can, even Arsenal fans won't deny, by the way. They won't sit here and say, no, they won't deny it. They spent the money. The manager is using the players well, and that's it. To be honest, it's as simple as that.
Would you deny it? If you beat Liverpool on the weekend, are you guys favourites for the title?
It's December.
No,
it's December.
You know the difference.
Title race.
They know the difference. In Serie A, Inter, we are top of the league. I am saying it's not. I'm being serious, Sad. You go beat Liverpool. You beat. Yes, fine. We aren't saying don't come. Okay, listen. If anybody pressure Arsenal fans, Sad, to say you are winning the league, I think that's idiotic because there are contexts. There is a lot of context to it. There's a lot of circumstances that needs to happen. But if you go and beat Liverpool, not a lot of teams go to Anfield and beat Liverpool.
It's true.
That doesn't happen, bro. That doesn't happen often. You already beat Manchester City, which is something that you didn't do for 8 years. Your coach was told that you made a big mistake. I am someone who sat here and said you've made a big mistake of signing Kai Havertz, but he's making it work, and we're almost in January transfer window. We're almost there. You're top of the league, right? That means he's making it work, Sad.
But Mo, do you know why I'm saying it's only December and why I'm saying it's too early? Yeah, because I still haven't seen what Man City looks like this season with De Bruyne in there. Yeah, I still don't know what that looks like. I see him in Saudi. He's looking nice, bro. He's looking smiling on his face. He's got a nice smile on his face. He's like, I'm so glad to be back. Bro, listen.
I have you right.
I hate De Bruyne. I hate De Bruyne. Yeah. De Bruyne hates Arsenal for some weird reason, bro. He's acting like I'm Courtois, bro. Like we're not even involved, bro. Why do you hate us so much? But he hates us, bro. This guy laces his boots up for every game he plays against Arsenal. Every single one. He laces his boots up. You can go and check. Every single game he plays against us, he has over an 8.5 rating. Every single one. Because he just loves playing against us. But
here's the question, right? By the way, I know I do a bit of joking. It's all a bit of fun and stuff, and a bit of games. But I agree with you. I don't think anyone's favourites until we're talking March when the business end of the season. I think we'll know really then. Because here's the other crazy thing, and I don't know if I'm doing Mo's job for him by segmenting for a reason, but if neither Arsenal or Liverpool win and Aston Villa win, they're top at Christmas. Like, let's put it into context. I think Arsenal Liverpool to be an absolute cracking game of football, by the way. Cracking game of football. But Aston Villa quietly could go and win the league, right?
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Yeah, you're on mute. Oh, he's... but Aston Villa quietly could be top of the league by Christmas. Like, let that sink in, right? Let that sink in. I think we have to be realistic and go, what an incredible job Unai Emery has done. And that Aston Villa team don't they don't lose games really, like at home especially. I think they're on some crazy stat I've read that their home wins at the moment. A lot of that's got to be credit, right?
Well, partially their home wins is one thing, but the away performances are not looking too positive. They're not looking too convincing.
I mean, you say that. I mean,
away from home,
they've lost 3 games this season. They beat us at home. I remember that. I remember that game against Bournemouth where they were awful, by the way. I think they had that game
even
against
Brentford.
But they're 3 away games that they haven't won, by the way. They're 3 games they haven't won this season. They went to Anfield away and lost. Am I right in saying that? They lost at the start of the season. They lost to their 3 games they've lost were away at. Hang on, I'll get them for you because I'll confirm it. They lost opening day to Newcastle 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
They lost 3-0 to Liverpool, and then they lost to Bournemouth 2-0. No, it wasn't Bournemouth. They drew with Bournemouth. Who was the other one they lost away from home? That's going to annoy me. There was another one they lost. Someone in the chat will remind it. That it was Newcastle, Liverpool, and another team they lost at home to. Forest. That was Forest. Someone in the chat. Big up to you guys in the chat. They lost those, and they were awful against Forest.
Yeah.
I watched them; they were awful. But their home form is incredible, right? It's mad how good they are at home.
Your home form being incredible, though, is one thing.
We are
to win the league based on just home form. I don't think that can be done. You also need to go out there and win your away games.
But Sam, what they're not doing is they're not losing many. They're not drawing many games either. I think that's the critical bit for it. They're not going out there drawing loads of games. Like they're winning, or they've lost 3 and they've won. I'll get it to you. I had it just a second ago. They've won 12. They're equal with Arsenal with wins this season. Won 12, drawn 2, lost 3 out of 17 games. And if Arsenal and Liverpool don't win either of them and it's a draw, Villa go top if they beat Sheffield United on Christmas Day. That's crazy, right?
I mean, listen, for me, Aston Villa just at the moment, I don't think they're fully ready to do it. I don't think they're fully ready to go.
Based
all
on
the way
what,
to
though?
win. Just because of the squad, I don't feel like in certain areas they don't have the backup. And listen, they're a new team. They're a new team to go for a Premier League title like that. It just you can't unless you're playing. Let's say, for instance, Arsenal, Liverpool drop off a little bit, and we start losing games. Then yes, I will say that Aston Villa maybe they can win the title this season. But the way that Arsenal and Liverpool are going as well, where we've lost 2, Liverpool have only lost 1, they've lost 3. Do you know what I mean? So you have to look at it like that, bro. Arsenal and Liverpool are still in flying form. No matter what happened with the Man United game, the Man United game is the Man United game. I think that was just something that happens once.
Yeah, but that happens all the time now against low blocks, which is a good segue to Liverpool. Liverpool struggle to score against low blocks sometimes. But listen, before that, there's over 300 people here, guys. So the like button, I don't know how to show this. It's underneath the live chat. Oh my God, this is too bright. I can make it less. Okay, underneath the live chat, people, you need to close this. And the like button, it look like it's right here, right? It's right here. Like button is right here. Come on, hit the like button,
smash
people.
the like button.
It's over
Let's
300
get
people. We're not even on 150
100
likes.
more likes right now. What are we on now?
We're on 140 likes. We have over 300 people, and we're
200
not even...
now. I want everyone
Come
smash the like
on.
button right now. 200 likes. Come on, pay your rent. You lot.
Liverpool Football Club, Jerry. Oh my God! Yesterday, G, I love G. Right? He's very calm. But there was a tweet yesterday, and guys in the chat, hear this out. If you're not on Twitter, you have to go and check this out. A tweet said, "Sell Nunez, raise funds, and try to go for Mbappe in the summer." Some people said no. Nunez has a high ceiling. I swear to God, some people said that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hang on, wait. Because there's two mental things. There's two mental things in the same thing. The first bit is sell Darwin Nunez and then buy Mbappe. Like
use the funds. Use the
funds.
funds.
Point one. That's point
no.
one. That's
because Mbappe is not for sale. Okay, Pirchi.
Yeah,
Mbappe
but
isn't
he's not
for
going
sale.
to Liverpool. No disrespect, Jerry. Mbappe's not going to Liverpool. I know you've not said it.
Why is that?
Why?
Is that?
Because he's going to Real Madrid.
Okay, but no. Hold on. Yes. If he doesn't go to Real Madrid, because Real Madrid are still hesitant, you don't think that Liverpool, if Real Madrid don't sign Kylian Mbappe, you don't think Liverpool has enough pull to get Kylian Mbappe across the line to Anfield?
They'll be on the table.
All right. But, so who else? Okay, I'm sorry. I really want to clarify this. Who else?
I'll be honest. Let's be fair. Everyone's going to have a contract on the table for Kylian Mbappe. Everyone will. And he's going to look down the list and go, Real Madrid, we'll talk to them. We'll talk to Man City because they'll be on the table. We know full down well Man City will be on the table. He'll talk to Liverpool. Maybe Bayern Munich will be on the table. I'm just speculating in those sort of words. Barcelona will be on the table as well. So he'll have all these elite football clubs. Now, then he goes, well, who's going to offer me the most sort of money? Real Madrid will.
Okay.
And then
this is about Darwin Nunez. This is not about Kylian Mbappe. I just wanted to understand because I think Liverpool still have a good pull. Like Liverpool can convince him. This is about Darwin Nunez and this notion of Darwin Nunez. We have to wait. Do you have to wait, Jerry? Do you have to wait? Do you think Liverpool should wait, or should you go and sign another forward?
Wait for what?
For Darwin Nunez.
Wait for his son. Wait for his son to be of age and bring him through the academy. He's not good enough. He's not good enough.
So
he hasn't. Let's be honest. He's 25. He's 25 at the end of this season. Name me another 25-year-old striker that people are still waiting to pop off.
Gabriel Jesus.
Talent. Oh yeah, that's sorry.
You still have to hit the peak.
No.
I'm joking.
Yeah,
it's not comparable to the Gabriel Jesus. They're not even on the same conversation. I'm sorry. With all due respect, Gabriel Jesus is a much better player than Darwin Nunez.
Yeah,
I don't think Darwin Nunez is as bad as everyone makes out, though. I don't think he's
He's
great.
awful, bro. Bro, he's
bad.
awful,
I
bro.
wouldn't say no. I think that's silly.
Perchy's bad.
I don't think he's awful.
Bad. Perchy, he's bad. His raw attributes, whilst playing for one of the most attacking teams in the league, helps them a lot. He is a player that has the most chances missed in the league, or the second most chances missed in the league. But 4 goals this season.
Just he doesn't fit to Liverpool with them. He's just not a fit for Liverpool. Listen, I'm not.
But would he fit? But would he fit? But would he fit Chelsea then? Would he fit Bayern Munich? Would he
probably
fit,
actually? He probably would fit Chelsea.
No, but he
I
wouldn't.
think he probably would.
I think he would.
There's similar.
I think he's better than Nico Jackson.
Do you know why he wouldn't, Perch? Because with Liverpool, a lot of it's coming in from the wings. Yeah, all of the chances are coming over from the right wing. Salah this season has been detrimental to just providing for him, providing assists, putting balls into the box for him, and this guy is not finishing anything. The similar thing is with Chelsea. Similar thing. And even Liverpool have tried through the middle, putting 3 balls through the middle to him, and still he can't finish anything. His awareness is just off. And that was shown in the Man United game. How in the first thing in your mind as a Premier League player, you don't stop until the whistle goes. You don't stop until the whistle goes. Forget about if you just see the player get 2-footed into the floor. But I'm putting the ball in the back of the net. I don't care what happened over there. I'm going to put the ball in the back of the net so it's there. I've scored the goal. Then we go and see, is that a penalty? Is it not? This guy stopped and said it's a penalty before, and he could have scored the goal. Onana was
I've seen the other side. Players do that, and I get what you're trying to say. I do get your point, but I don't think he's an awful player. I think something doesn't. For me, I don't think there's a good fit there. I don't think he really fits at Liverpool. Could he go to another team where they need a bit of a big boy up top? Because he's a unit with a bit of pace about him.
But he's not. He's a unit in terms of he's a cool guy that can run fast. His back to goal play is non-existent, so he can't bring others into play. He's only effective in transition or when you're playing on a counter attack, which means that any team, again, this is why I say top 6, and I was naming teams that dominate possession at the top of the table. These teams haven't got the ability to go and play on the counter attack a lot of the times. Liverpool, actually, if we're being realistic, is a team that likes to play on the transition, likes to go from A to B. Klopp always talks about vertical play. So it actually suits Nunez's play because we're able to go very direct. He is not a player that in build-up stays in between the 2 boxes and is this type of poacher type of striker. You look at his goals for Benfica. A lot of them are running in behind when there's loads of space. Why was he so effective against Liverpool? Or people put up the tweet about Nunez being effective for Benfica against Liverpool. Because there was loads of space in behind that he could run into, albeit he was offside for the majority of the goals. But still, his pace is a threat. Pace isn't a world-class attribute.
No, of course not.
His understanding of the game, his ability to bring players into play, touch, I can't touch the basic fundamentals that any top striker has in world football or ever has are non-existent with this guy. And we're still, as fans, supposed to sit here and wait for him to pop off. We just got to wait. Wait on Darwin Nunez. Just wait on it. He's cooking. He's about to cook. I've been waiting for my food. I'm starving now. He's 25. Name me another striker at this age that we've had to wait for him to pop off.
Richarlison. I'm still waiting.
That's my point. Richarlison.
No, I get. Look, Jerry, I actually get your point. I to a certain extent, but I think the thing is for me though, you've committed to him now, right? I think people just sell him. By the way, I'm not going to go you. I'm not saying you, but people just go, just sell him. Who's buying him then? No, genuinely, who's buying him? Because if you're saying what you're saying, right, it's a player that's is struggling with a bit of form. He scored 4 goals this season already. You could argue probably should have scored a lot more than that, but
already, Perch. But this is my.
How many of those has he started?
But it's not about whether he started or not. He has the most chances missed for Liverpool, most shots taken out of any team, any player in the Premier League. He's second for chances missed. Usually, when you look at stats, the players that miss the most chances are usually the players that score the most goals. So Haaland's missed a lot of chances, but he
Yeah,
scored 14
no,
goals.
of course, yeah, I get that.
Nunez is right up there for chances missed, but has scored 4 goals. 4.
No, I agree, but okay, look, I'll give you the dues on the premise of your argument, but the question is the question and issue started from just get rid of him, sell him so we can get Mbappe. I think both are wild in itself because one, I'm not suggesting you said that, but I'm saying one, who's buying him then? If what you're saying is right, and I'll give you the benefit of this one for this point of this, who's buying him? Genuinely, who's buying him? And how are Liverpool going to recoup as much money of what they bought them? They spent what, 60 million pounds, 70 million pounds on this geezer?
Yeah. I mean, put it this way: in the hypothetical, obviously, scenario where Liverpool decide to sell Nunez, I know obviously Mo was saying tongue in cheek. I think he was trying to like look at the fact that some Liverpool fans are actually saying in an ideal world they would actually not take Mbappe and still put all their faith in.
Oh
Nunez.
no, I mean that's wild. Mbappe, that's wild. Yeah.
This guy is just he's just not that guy. I mean, when you've got players like Robbie Fowler that, as Liverpool fans, we know have bad goals. Like you're talking about goal scorers, pure goal scorers are saying, hey, we've got to worry about this guy. Something's not right here as a striker at this age. We've got to worry. Like we're a club that have had multiple strikers that have scored goals, from Ian Rush to Michael Owen to Torres. We should know when we look at a player first couple games and be like, is he going to be that guy or not? This guy just isn't that guy.
That, like, look, I'm just sort of playing devil's advocate now, but isn't that the here nowisms that I was mentioning earlier? That if a player comes in and they don't instantly succeed, like all of a sudden they're not good, they're a flop, blah blah blah. Like, do we need to give players?
No, but here is the problem with me. Okay, so I'm always being judged when I coach football and because I have a team and when new tryouts come in for a new season or something, and I have a couple of guys that run the team with me, I'm always accused of like I judge players early, right? And sometimes I'm wrong, and I've chosen players wrong, and I pissed players off and told them to go find another team, and they became absolutely great, right? But the first time I watched Darwin Nunez, and because I hold Liverpool and I hold the Premier League and I hold professional footballers to a high level, I looked at him and I struggled to see the basics of a good footballer in terms of like, and Jerry would know this, and I'm not sure if you coach footballer, Percy or not, but when we have kids and we coach like 13, 14, 15 years old, if you cannot just make a simple pass with the weight, I used to put cones for kids 14 years old, and you have to pass in that lane and the ball has to go in that lane. I struggle to see Nunez completing these passes, and I struggle for Nunez to walk between cones with the ball at this level, and I'm being serious, by the way. I struggle to see Nunez put the right weight on a pass, such a simple pass to Mohamed Salah or Sabuzlai. Put the right weight. These are basic footballing abilities. But because he's blessed with so much pace, and because he looks so good in the transition on the counter attacks, he looks all right. And because he scores some goals, but some of the basic fundamental foot, like positioning, for example, the reason why Nunez always falls offside because he fails to look at the line. He doesn't know that I need to look at the last defenders and look at the line. That's my problem with Darwin Nunez, is that it depends. If you're going to get a championship player, which is one of the best examples for me, listen, he can develop later. But you can look at Patrick Bamford, for example. Patrick Bamford was very good in the championship. When he went to the Premier League, he scored some goals, right? But his first touch, his passing, isn't at the Premier League level. He's below that. Darwin Nunez, I believe, his footballing abilities are just below Liverpool Football Club. It's below everybody else around him. Even when Cody Gakpo misses a shot or does this, you can tell that Cody Gakpo is a good football player. That's the point. People just fail to realize that it's not only about scoring goals. And Jerry said, you're blessed with so much pace, but you aren't elite in anything else to be Liverpool Football Club main striker. I don't see it. And that's what people fail to understand, that sometimes you'll have to have basic footballing abilities. And I said that, by the way, about Mudryk, for example. Mudryk is blessed with so much pace, but sometimes Mudryk makes simple mistakes a professional footballer in the Premier League shouldn't make.
I think
I get your point.
I think you're right. I think the problems I've got with Nunez as well is that Liverpool have changed their style of play, the way they want to go and play, to accommodate a player that isn't delivering. That's the problem. That's the problem. We're now, earlier last season, Salah was doing touchline winger. He was standing on the edge of on the chalk, white boots covered in white paint, away from the box, because we have to focus on Nunez. He's now coming inside. Salah is still always trying to go and find Nunez. Nunez has a lot of chances, but he can't finish. And it's been 18 months now. Like, how long do we wait? Until the end of the season? Until next season? Like, when do you draw the line? That's my worry.
Jerry,
and again, that's what I was saying, just to finish, is just, I said, I just don't think he's good enough for a team that's challenging for the title. Would he be great at Crystal Palace? He'd be fantastic there. They'd have loads of pace. They'd put the ball onto him and he can run onto it, and he'd cause havoc. And Bon Lahore was that type of player. Never good enough to get into that elite level, but his pace was ridiculous. And that's what I look at with Darwin Nunez. We spent a lot of money, and now we're stuck.
You don't think he could have played? He couldn't play at the top level, Nunez, at all.
Listen, Percy, he can. I have seen. Listen, guys. One of the best examples in football that I always say is Diego Milito. Diego Milito is at Real Zaragoza. With Real Zaragoza. Then he went to Genoa in Italy. When he went to Inter, by the way, he used to miss chances, right? A lot of. You can learn. You can absolutely learn, right? The problem is, do you wait for the guy to learn? Is he an understudy to somebody else? He isn't. At the moment, Jurgen Klopp is treating him as the main striker. That's Liverpool's problem. I have no problem with Liverpool fans telling me we're going to wait on Darwin Nunez. We have to wait. But we need someone to start today. Liverpool are fighting for a title race for the Premier League today. They aren't fighting for a title race in 2026. It's today.
No. Guys, can I come in and say one thing? Can I come in and say one thing? Darwin Nunez is not at the level of the top strikers in the league. You look at Haaland at Manchester City. Yeah, the Manchester City have Haaland. Do you know what I mean? We have Jesus, who, although he doesn't score goals, he offers something else. If Darwin Nunez offered something else, if he was able to bring other players into the game, like for instance, let's say he wasn't scoring his chances, but he was able to. He had like a pass on him where he could get a player in behind, and they could bring a goal out or something like that. Then that would be great. But the fact that Darwin Nunez offers nothing else and he isn't scoring on top of that, exactly the same problem I have with Nketiah at Arsenal. Exact same problem. And with all due respect, I think Nketiah is actually. I was just about to say that Nketiah is a better player than Darwin Nunez. That's as bad as it is. That's the bad thing. That's what we're dealing with. That's the.
Especially, we know one thing. We know all of them are better than Richarlison. That's what we know.
No.
Yeah. Richarlison's not great. There's no argument on that. I would never.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just.
I know you're not. I know you are. But
okay,
no, I think the key bit here is I think we get to a stage where, yeah, look, this player's not good enough. Look, I'll concede to the fact it's not good enough for this debate, for this point here. But what are Liverpool going to do? What do you want compared to what the board are going to do? Because the board will be sitting there going, we can't get rid of this player. We spent insert massive amounts of money on him. 60, 70 million quid, weren't it? What are they going to do? Do they offload and take the hit, or what now?
No, we keep him, but the emphasis on Nunez having to be the focal point in the attack has to change. Yeah. It has to change. As in, if he's coming off the bench like he did against Newcastle and he can be an effective player, great. He was actually great in that game. Why? Because there was loads of space in behind. But majority of the time, teams are going to sit back against Liverpool. That's where you need a bit more nuance, and you need to go. And right now, we've got a player in Salah that, look, at his best, he's just a player that wants to eat. He just eats his dinner. He just eats. He just gets goals, and that's what he does. We've only got Salah. We don't know how long we've got Salah left for. Do you know what I mean? Left for at Liverpool.
Half a season.
Just focus. Focus the play through him.
Would you sell
Get
Salah
players around
at the
to
end of the
facilitate
season?
Salah.
Sell Salah.
Would you sell Salah at the end of the season if a stupid amount of money comes in?
No. Do you know why I don't?
You already
Because
had
Nunez is still
stupid
gonna
amount
be
of money offered to them.
Wouldn't you take
The-
150 million quid at the end of the season?
If it meant we're getting Mbappe, then there's something I can entertain, but not with Nunez still at the club, because getting rid of Salah would mean that Nunez now is the main guy.
I would expect Liverpool to reinvest that money, but
you're not going to get
Salah's
another
at the
Nunez.
age
You're
of
not going to get another Salah. Though.
At the end of the season.
Yeah, but he's guaranteed goals. He's got 11 goals, 7 assists in the league this season, something along those lines. Like you cannot. Yeah, you can't. He's the only banker. He's the only certainty in that forward line in every single season.
Jerry,
you cannot go and get him out, and then you can't get another Salah. You're going to have to go and
what
get
if
someone.
He
and
sign
Liverpool will go
a new contract.
Keep him. Let him sign a new contract. Out of the
No. What if he says, "I'm not going to sign a new contract to Liverpool"? And the reason why I'm asking this quick question was because it is like last season for us. We had it was, do you take the money for Harry Kane, or do you keep him for one more year and then he leaves on for absolutely diddly squat? That was the question. Listen, it was only because I just want. There's no right or wrong answer. It's opinions, right? But if 150 million pounds comes in for Mo Salah to leave at the end of the season, it'll be on 1 year left, right at the end of the season.
He's going to sign a new contract.
No, I'm talking about it in the hypotheticals that if he doesn't sign a new contract.
Yeah, of course they have to sell him, otherwise he's going to walk on free. Like, no way.
That was my question.
I think Salah's going to stay for 2-3 more years. I think that if, let's say for instance, in a hypothetical world, let's just say that Jesus was at Liverpool right now. Do you know how many goals Salah would be on? Do you know how many goals he would be on? He'd be top goal scorer right now in the Premier League.
You want to say that Jesus is the same level as Firmino? Is that what I'm hearing?
You know what? The way Mo tries to turn everything I say,
isn't that what you're basically saying?
We're waiting.
All I'm saying is that Jesus would be able to bring out the best in Salah. Yeah. Same thing with Firmino. You need for them to change their whole system to make Salah the guy who's going to be getting the assists and putting the balls into the box for Darwin Nunez, and for him to not be taking advantage of that is criminal. Given how many goals we know that Salah can score if he is the main goal threat in that team. We know that Salah can score 25 to 30 goals a season easily.
You know what? Even with Nunez, if Nunez just had the ability to do back into the centre back, ball comes into him, and you can just hold off a player really well, set it like a Giroud type of player, I'd be happy with that. But he hasn't even got the ability to do that because it bounces off of him. He's only good running in behind. So if there's space in behind, when we're in transition, he's a great option to have. He is, because he's got that ridiculous pace. Apart from that, he's not scoring. And the assist people go and talk about is when he's just passing the ball to Salah, like just passing the ball to him.
Jerry, who's your realistic replacement? If you were in charge right now and you could,
for who?
Tony.
Oh no,
Nunez.
I was with Jerry. Like, so Ivan Toney would be the guy you would go. Do you know what? We'll sell Darwin Nunez tomorrow for 50 million quid, and we'll sign Ivan Toney.
Yeah, for me, yes. Because he may not have that same explosivity in terms of in transition. I mean, we haven't got that pace now, but we can go and get pace. We've got players that have pace.
Devil's advocate for this. Is Tony a bit of a risk right now? Not played for over 6 months. Is he a little bit of a risk?
No, he's not. He's not.
No, he's not.
I mean, look, of course he's a risk. You don't know what the player's going to do.
How he's going to come back to the form, Saad.
But he's not.
You don't. However, right now, having Nunez for me is a risk because there's no guarantee.
No. I agree.
That's the problem, and that's the problem we're in. Apart from that, like I said, if I'm being realistic, I know we're not going to offload him. But the only thing I can hope for is that Klopp says, actually, you know what? We go and get another forward, which we're going to have to go and do anyway, because we've got injuries to Jota all the time. We've got, do you know what I mean? Dokes out injured now as well. So we're going to have to bring some sort of forward, and I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool do it. It's just, you know, can Klopp now trust Gakpo to go and offer us what he did last season, which was as close to that Firmino role as possible, and then have Nunez off the bench that can go and make a difference. I think he's actually better.
What about Diogo Jota?
He's
Great
injured.
finisher, but he's always injured. Always injured. He's always injured.
The
Though.
only thing that's in front of him
He's always
is the
injured.
injuries. That's the only thing. Otherwise, he'd be your key person to put in the
Yeah,
middle.
like if Jota was
Next to
available now,
Salah, play
Jota
the
starts
system.
up front. Jota starts up
Yeah.
front every single game.
Yeah.
But he's not, and that's the problem we're in.
But the-
So
the
you've got
Listen, yeah.
The only thing I wanted to say, because I know you guys were about to shut me down when I said that Ivan
Always.
Toney is not a risk. Yeah, when I was about to say Ivan Toney is not a risk. Ivan Toney is not a risk. This guy has been training since September. Training with the team since
Yeah,
September.
but
with him?
training and playing
No, but-
football matches
but-
is totally different. Right?
Yes, I fully understand. But the fact that he's training with the team and the fact that he's still doing that, we're acting like he's coming in fresh, had no training sessions, nothing. He's going to come straight to a club where he hasn't, do you know what I mean? Where he's just fresh.
I guess we'll see.
No,
I
no,
actually,
no,
in my
he's
opinion,
not.
I actually don't think Ivan Toney's gonna leave. Actually, not now.
I think you're probably going to sign a new contract. What?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna leave.
For
This,
Brentford,
I don't think he's gonna leave this January. I actually think he's gonna stay. But anyway,
yeah, it goes in
listen,
the summer.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has been a great show, cracking show. Still got 300 people here. So can we get to 200 likes? It's easy. It's simple. Jerry James, it's in the description. Great shows, of course, all the time. Liverpool and also generic. Football Heritage TV, people. Please give them a subscription. It's simple and easy. And also the Football Corner. We need to get Saad to 1,000 subs as quickly as possible. So, guys, the Football Corner in the description. We need the subs for Saad. Tonight, I have a panel and I have a show, but tomorrow morning, my time, afternoon, Sava is back with Kunle. Believe it or not, he's back.
He is back.
He is back, people. So tomorrow I got Sava and Kunle. There's going to be a cracking show to see his opinion. Did he change any about his opinions or not? About Spurs challenging or Man City winning the league or what is going on? That is gonna be a great show. But people, I really appreciate you. Give the guys a subscription. There's a simple click away from your subscription. It's simple. It doesn't cost you a penny. So go give them subscription. Jerry James Show, the Football Heritage TV, and the Football Corner for Saad, of course. It's a great show. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you always every Tuesday. Thank you, people, for being here. And hopefully we'll see you guys. Stay on the stream, people. Don't go anywhere. It's going to take you to Hussam and Tom. A great show for you. They talk Liverpool. They analyze what is happening. So go and watch that. And we'll see you guys out tonight. And we're out of here, people.